Hello, I'm the Vampire Julie. I gotta tell you about my weekend. There's a lot to talk about, a lot that some people who like my Facebook page already know and some of my friends know, but it's just something that I gotta say. Hopefully, if you subscribe to me, you know and have watched my video about the inaccessibility in the Pennsylvania State Capitol building. I asked them to install signs that led to accessible entryways and to improve the map. Guess what? They did! I went on Friday with my friend Julia, and I didn't film anything because they were filming me. They were all so happy to see me, Senator Haywood staffers, and the general maintenance people, and the tour people. And this time it was just me, Julia, and the staffers on a tour, so maybe that helped, but also because we didn't get lost. I learned things. I got to see more things, and I learned about the architecture and the art, and it was a lot better, and I'm so happy that I went, and I'll probably go back again. They also interviewed me at the end of the tour, which was really fun because I haven't been interviewed since I was like 11 or 12. Back when they still did the telethon, some regional camera crew came and interviewed me about MZA camp. And expect a reaction video soon about my interview. That's gonna be funny. We all thought it'd be pretty funny if I did that, so we're gonna do that. So then I took Julia back to school and went home to Philly, where I slept for 2 days basically. Because on Monday I had an appointment with my neuromuscular doctor and the guy who diagnosed me and everyone I know with muscular dystrophy. Here's the thing. We were never entirely sure if it was muscular dystrophy because way back 16 years ago in 2000 when I was 2, the tests weren't advanced enough to give a specific answer because, these things are all very relative and mild and might not have even been discovered yet. We were never sure precisely what I had. This guy that I was seeing was pretty sure I had muscular dystrophy, but told us to wait and see later how or if it progressed. Another doctor was positive that I had Ehlers Danlos Syndrome, but my parents were just kind of iffy about her behavior, so they just went with muscular dystrophy. And I didn't really know until I was like 9, 10, 11 that there was a question mark after muscular dystrophy. It was much easier to tell a little kid that you have this thing. But when I got older, my parents kind of told me the truth that, we're not sure. Because by then I could understand a little better. But I still went around saying, I have muscular dystrophy, most definitely. And because that's just a lot easier for a kid to understand. But for the past 3 years, I've kind of been getting a little bit worse. I have been having more trouble walking long distances with stairs in high school. My back has been out of control. And college, not much better. I've been using my mobility scooter around campus. Even though I thought I could walk around this campus, I can't. And I want to see the guy who diagnosed me again to see if he had any new ideas. So my mom and I went, and this was about 48 hours ago, and he did some strength tests on me where he kind of pulled on me and I resisted him, and he looked at me walk and run and all these other things, and he came to the conclusion that the problem was not in my muscles but in my connective tissue, which makes it fall under the category of Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. And I had no idea what he was saying, and all the doctors and my mom were talking, and I was trying to get a word in, and I said, "So, do I have muscular dystrophy?" And he looked me in the eye without hesitation. He said, "No." And I was laughing and laughing and laughing and crying on the inside because I was confused and freaked out. Because for 16 years, I've been one thing, and all of a sudden, I'm something else. The good news about this diagnosis is that progression, which a lot of people with muscular dystrophy experience, is off the table. I cannot get worse. I can really get better because with a more extensive regimen of physical therapy, we can make my muscles, which are significantly weaker because we've been treating them like they're weaker, can get stronger. Because the problem is in the connective tissue, which connects the bone and the muscle and makes them work together. So with more physical therapy, it's going to be less of a problem and more of a burden than a barrier. That's great news and all, but, in the perspective of identity, it's traumatic because for 16 years, I convinced myself that I'm this one thing because I wasn't mature enough to accept that I might be something else. And all of a sudden, when I'm mature enough to accept that I'm something else, I'm something else. And I know I'm mature enough to accept it, but just right now, 48 hours later, I'm still a little shaken up. I'm a little daunted by a more extensive physical therapy regimen, and I'm upset that we hadn't considered this route before. But, better late than never. And people have been telling me congratulations on this new diagnosis, even though, we're not entirely sure because testing's not going to really accomplish anything because it's not advanced enough yet, even after 16 years. Um, and I know what they mean, like they're happy that I'm not going to progress, I'm not going to get worse. But, dude, my identity was flipped. Muscular dystrophy and Ehlers Danlos syndrome are not the same because the problem lies in a different place. Ehlers Danlos lies in connective tissue, muscular dystrophy lies in muscles. I understand what they mean that, they're happy that I'm not going to progress, I'm not going to get worse, but I'm still in pain and it's not going to get all better anytime soon. And just for a few days, I'm just gonna be a little shaken up. That's just how it works, and I'll be okay. So, I'm trying to think on the bright side that I have all this knowledge about one disease, and now I have a reason to get knowledge about another, and now I'll have two causes to support. It's gonna be okay. I'm just a little freaked out right now. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for support, as always, and I'll be back soon. Bye bye.